Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. I have on my old Key West shirt, which usually means we are doing a Disney Vacation Club video. But this is not just any Disney Vacation Club video. We are fantasy shopping for a resale Disney Vacation Club contract, and I'm really glad you're here. Just a quick reminder as we get started, all of my AdSense revenue from both of my channels is being donated this month to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. So if you are watching this as a premiere, you are more than welcome to press that beautiful little $ at the bottom of the chat box. And if you are not watching it as the premiere, make sure you watch all of the ads, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you give the video a big like, and that will really help up my revenue for the month. The last time I checked, I was on track for like 3 times more than I've ever made with YouTube. So keep watching the channel. We'll do a video just about how much we donated around the end of July, because again, all of June revenue, we usually get paid like July 20th. So then I'll be able to let you guys know exactly how much we donated. So why am I qualified to talk about Disney Vacation Club? Because you may be new to my channel. So we have been owners since 2012. We have owned at Vero Beach and at Old Key West. We currently only own one contract that we purchased at Disney's Old Key West Resort that we actually did purchase direct from Disney. However, I am also a huge fan of purchasing resale. We have purchased a contract through the secondary market, and we have also sold a contract through the secondary market. So I do feel kind of like an expert. You also need to know I have no dog in this fight. You can choose whatever way that you feel comfortable purchasing DVC. And then the second disclaimer, and then I promise I'm going to get to what we're talking about today, is that as we fantasy shop for a Disney Vacation Club resale contract, I need you to know that a lot of you are going through very tough financial times right now. And I get this. All too well, I get this. I had some money that was earmarked to maybe buy a resale contract that now, because of some changes in my husband's job, is going to have to be diverted to college tuition. But fantasy shopping is kind of good for me. It kind of helps me see what is out there. And honestly, y'all, the resale market is on fire right now. Now, I do plan on doing a lot of DVC videos over the next coming weeks. So this is kind of our fantasy shopping, but I will get into more specifics. I need to update my video about what perks you lose when you buy resale, about why resale might not be right for you, why you should consider maybe direct over resale. Lots of great videos coming your way. So if you're interested in Disney Vacation Club videos, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit those bell notifications so that you don't miss a thing. So how we're going to do this is going to be very organic. I'm going to pause my camera because what I'm going to do is set up my laptop, which is right here in front of me. I don't know why I felt the need to prove to you that I have a laptop in front of me, but this is my laptop. I have not preloaded this information. I do not know what we will find. I am on the mailing and texting list for a couple of different resale brokers. I've worked with a couple of different resale brokers, and I will definitely put the links down in the description box below. But just know that, of course, this is a timeshare. The real estate brokers are helping you with a real estate transaction. Okay, so you want to make sure you're working with a reputable broker. We're going to see what is for sale right now in 3 different price ranges. Okay, we're going to start with $10,000. Then we're going to go to, what should we do? $20,000. And then we're going to go to the $30,000 and above category. And I'm going to show you exactly what you can get for the money right now. As I come across these different contracts in the different price ranges, I'm going to put in a little box below what that contract would cost if you were to buy it direct from Disney, okay? And yes, you can buy the older resorts direct from Disney. That's how we got Old Key West. So are you ready to play our game? Let's play What You Get for the Money DVC Resale. So we're going to start with our $10,000 budget. It's going to be a little tricky to find anything for $10,000, but let's look at all of their listings and see what we can find for $10,000. Okay, this one's close. This is an Alani contract for 100 points, but I think for the purpose of this video, we'll stick with Walt Disney World Resorts. And I'll do another video if you're curious about why, if Disney World is where you want to stay, you want to make sure you purchase at Disney World. And if you want a whole video on that, please tell me in the comments below. All right, so can't do that. Ooh, there's not a lot. Here's one, 50 points at Copper Creek, $160 per point. It is an October use year. So let's click on more info because we want to find out about this contract. Now it is only 50 points. So unless you're going to use it every other year, or maybe if you already own a Copper Creek and you're just looking to add to your membership, which by the way is a fantastic way to do it because you could buy direct from Disney so that you secure all of the perks, and then you could add on to your points with the resale market and save a ton of money. So 50 points at $160 per point, it's $8,000 total. Your closing costs are going to be between $465 and $529. Your dues per point are $7.45. Your expiration date is 2068. You can close after July 6th. Now that's always interesting to look at because what that typically means is they have a vacation coming up, so they obviously cannot close on the contract until they're done using their points. So that's important to note for this particular contract. Now let's go up to where it says points available. You have 0 points for the current use year, which is October 2020. Well, actually, it's coming up here in a couple months. You have 50 points for October 2021 and 50 points for October 2022. So if you bought this contract, you could borrow the October 2021 points, but this is what we would call a stripped contract because there are no points for 2020. I used to say you really want to stay away from a stripped contract because you're not getting as many points as if you bought direct from Disney. However, in the current climate, you can't probably use those points anyway, right? Like 2020 is kind of, in my view anyway, is kind of a wash for DVC. So that is less important to me than it's ever been. So I will put right here what that would cost if you bought it direct from Disney. Now keep in mind, as a new buyer, you wouldn't even be able to buy 50 points because the minimum for new buyers is 100. I think you could as an existing buyer, but there you go. 50 points at Copper Creek, $8,000. So as long as we're on this same resales DVC, let's pump it up. Let's go to our next price range, which is $20,000. Now, what do they have listed for the $20,000 price range? Oh my gosh, there's so many great ones to choose from. Let's start with this one right here. Animal Kingdom Villas, 180 points at $107 per point. That is an amazing deal. It's a December use year, which is my use year, so I'm very fond of that. 180 points coming December 1st, 2021. Actually, let's click on more info because there's a lot you want to know about this contract. You're thinking, okay, I've got $20,000 to spend. I like Animal Kingdom. I actually really do like Animal Kingdom. And we know why, right? Because 3 bathrooms in the 2-bedroom. And what do we say? If it doesn't have a toilet, it's not a bathroom. Okay, sorry. So 180 points coming December 1st, 2021, and 100 for 2022. Again, this contract has 0 points for 2020. So this is not what we would call a loaded contract. This is what we would call a stripped contract. And actually, I've seen worse. Like sometimes they don't even have 2021 points, but this contract is you've got 2021 and 2022, $107 per point. Your closing costs are $585 to $655. Dues per point, $7.67, which by the way is the dues per resort are true for every contract. That's not like a variable. Like Animal Kingdom Villas, every single contract has that same amount of dues. Your expiration is 2057, and they can close after November 21st. So what do we probably know is they have a vacation coming up in November, so they cannot close until November 21st. That's not a bad listing. Let's see what else we can find for $20,000. Let's see what else we've got. I've got an Alani one for 16. All right, now this one is interesting to me. This is a Bay Lake Tower contract. Now you need to know that your friend would love a Bay Lake Tower contract if I had $21,000 to spend, which I don't. But you know, this is a fantasy. So if I am in the $20,000 range, okay, this one is $21,750. Maybe I could make an offer and they would take a little bit less. A quick note on that. work with the resale brokers because they are bound to present any offer. But what you don't want to do is lowball it and end up it going to, even if they accept it, which they probably wouldn't if you lowball too much, but you run the risk of Disney buying it back, which is called right of first refusal. I have done other videos about right of first refusal if that concept is new to you, but in a nutshell, it's that every time a contract is sold on the resale market, Disney has the option to buy it back. And if it's priced too low, Disney will and can exercise that option. So you want to work, usually the resale brokers are pretty good at, they can tell you historically what's been happening and help you avoid that. But this contract, oh my gosh, if I had $21,000, wonder what I could get for my car. I'm just kidding. So it's Bay Lake Tower, 150 points with a March use year, 70 points available right now. They must be used by March 1st, 2021. And again, in our current environment, you need to make sure you're watching that. And 150 coming on March 1st, 2021. So this is actually a pretty decent contract as far as having points loaded. It remains to be seen if you would be able to use those points, okay? Because it sounds like they were banked points, which means they actually will expire. And with availability being low and with the COVID and not knowing if you're going to want to travel, if I were buying this contract, I would probably just say that those points are going to be maybe a wash, because by the time you close, which if I made the offer today, I probably wouldn't close for at least 6 weeks. There just may not be any availability. So as long as you were okay going in knowing that, your price per point, $145, which again, I'll put right here what that price per point would be if you were to buy these points direct from Disney. Closing costs, $610 to $690. Dues per point, $6.58. And your expiration date is 2060. Not bad. All right, now let's go to our next price point, which is $30,000 and above. Woo, we are rolling in it now, y'all. We got so much money. Okay, $30,000 and above. Let's see, I don't want to do another Bay Lake Tower. All right, do I have any beach club fans out there? Me, I'm a beach club fan. I love the beach club. If I wanted to buy on the resale market 200 Disney Vacation Club points, they are going to run me for this particular contract $30,000, $30,600. My closing costs are between $720 and $805. Dues per point are $706. Expiration 2042. Now remember that's a lot earlier than the Animal Kingdom expiration or the Bay Lake Tower expiration. But everyone loves the beach club and people are willing to pay a premium for those contracts, even though they have so much less time on them. So just keep that in mind. Now, beach club is very expensive direct from Disney, again, because it's what people love. But I will put right here what these points would be. If you could get them direct from Disney, you definitely would be put on a waiting list. But it is 200 points, March use year for $30,600. Now, this particular contract has 103 points for March of 2020. I'm trying to think if your banking deadline has passed yet for those. So no, your banking deadline actually should not have passed for those points. So you should be able to bank those points. I might be wrong on that. And then you have, that's 123 of the points. Then you have all of the points for 2021. And then obviously moving forward until 2042, which interestingly is only 20 years away, believe it or not. It's hard to believe that 2042 is only 20 years away. Mind-blowing. Anyway, this is a nice contract. If I had $30,000 to spend, I would actually be looking at this contract because that is actually not a bad deal. Here's the thing with buying resale. It is going to be more work. For instance, if I wanted to buy 100 Old Key West points right now, I could call up Disney, $156 per point. They could actually put it on my Disney Visa. I would get 0% interest for 6 months, and those points would be loaded into my contract by probably Wednesday. Not kidding. Like they would FedEx me the forms, maybe a little bit longer because of the COVID and they've been, delayed. If you buy resale, it is a whole different animal They have to sign. You have to sign. You have to get a few things notarized. It's not a lot. I've done it. It's not major, but you have to wait on them to get their things notarized. People have to transfer funds, and then there's a deed, and then they have to do a record search, and there's all these things. And you need to allow, I would say, 8 weeks at this point, honestly. And there's always the possibility that Disney will buy back the contract. So as the buyer, you could go through all that work and actually not pass right of first refusal. Although, to be honest, there's not that much work before it goes to right of first refusal, so don't let that scare you off too much. But if you can go into it understanding that it's going to take some time, understanding that you need to be patient, and right now understanding that by the time you get your points, you may or may not be able to use them, right? I think it's super important right now that you be okay with those points expiring, whereas if you buy direct from Disney, you have a lot more options there. But if you can do that, you can literally save thousands of dollars if you are up to the challenge of buying Disney Vacation Club resale. I had such a good time with you guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. I will make sure that I link down below the playlist to all things Disney Vacation Club. Whatever you're doing today, I hope you're being good to each other, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.